Hey everyone, happy Friday, you made it. We've got a good topic today. I hope we get some people on to share their views. Or if you're watching the replay, just put it in the comments. Whether you're watching on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook, broadcasting simultaneously on all three. My name is Mike Gilman, for those of you that don't know me already. And I'm an author, I'm a coach, I'm an advisor, consultant, facilitator, helping individuals and teams and organizations become more effective and reach their goals and really just create the environment and the life they want to lead with respect to the workplace. So that's my main focus. And one of the things that's been coming up, particularly more so now with COVID, are a lot of my clients right now are in a situation where they feel like they're just hitting this brick wall, right? Or banging their head against this brick wall. Or not going anywhere, trying to move up and just like they've hit the ceiling, right? So they're just not going anywhere. And feeling pretty demoralized and frustrated and all those emotions that come into play when you're in that situation. And so what I would recommend is really to take stock. And sometimes we don't want to think about it because of what it might mean, but when is it the right time to leave a job? And if it's a large company, it might just be rotating somewhere else within the company, or otherwise it might be just leaving altogether to find something else. When might it be? And as a career coach, that topic comes up a lot. As a leadership coach, that comes up a lot too. Usually when either the culture of the organization is stacked against you, or when even higher level leaders just you're not on the same page. So regardless whether you are an individual contributor in an organization or whether you lead others, this question still applies. And my short answer for when it's time to leave, and it's going to be always personal, right? We all have our own criteria, but the general answer is like, to what extent is it affecting your daily functioning, your daily life? Do you find yourself preoccupied throughout the day, every day, thinking about how frustrated you are and how upsetting this is to you? Is it affecting your productivity at work? Is it affecting your relationships at home? Are you finding yourself becoming someone that you're truly not, right? Either you're withdrawing or you're lashing out at other people. And that's not who you identify yourself as or who you believe yourself to be. Are you starting to become more critical of others when generally you're not? Are you generally just becoming impatient when usually you're patient? So when you see, when you notice a shift that's prolonged over time, right? I'm not talking about just episodic or situational, but something that's been carrying on for a while, right? Maybe a couple months, maybe a couple years, some cases a couple decades, right? I have clients that have just been in these toxic situations that aren't working for them. And maybe the organization's just fine, but for you, it's not a fit. Or that job or the relationship. It makes a big difference, right? Who your boss is. People leave bosses more often than they leave the company. If you have a great boss, but you're in a crappy company, people will often still stay, right? Because the micro environment is good. Maybe you have a bubble and you're feeling challenged and you learn a lot. So those are some things to think about. For me, when I left, and now those are when I left my last company 4 years ago, part of it was actually different. Part of it was the commute. I had a long commute, so I was giving up a lot of personal time. Now I made use of the time. If I could take the train or something, I would make use of it. So what I'm saying is, if you feel like you're hitting your head against a brick wall, it doesn't necessarily mean you need to leave. It could mean, well, what can you do to change that? That's different, that you haven't tried. And many times, if you're stuck, hiring a coach can be helpful to get an outside perspective. Try something different, right? Versus just the insanity of doing the same thing over and over again. But for me, when I left, I knew it was time. I had known for a while. I felt like I wasn't really growing as much professionally. I had a situation where other priorities in the organization were taking over what my true passions were. I wasn't able to do as much of what I enjoyed doing, and I knew I wanted to do more and have a greater impact. And there were limitations, right? I was there for 11 years. It was a good career. But between the commute and what I wanted, so for me, I ran towards what I wanted, right? And I recommend that you don't just try to escape, because a lot of times if you just escape a bad situation, then you end up recreating it. You find another organization that's just as toxic, right? If you don't understand truly like why it didn't work out for you and what's going to be different the next time around. So doing that self work is really important, I believe. So unless you're in a truly horrible situation that's affecting your health, for example, I really invite you to take the time to take stock. And whether you're by yourself or with a friend or a coach or a spiritual advisor, whomever, but to be able to really get clear on what it is that's not working for you, because there might be some little tweaks or changes you can make in that job that will make all the difference for you and make it work. And for me, I had been wanting to be an entrepreneur. That was going, I had a lot of ideas. I wanted to pursue it. And the only way to do that really was to take the leap of faith. So sometimes we need a little nudge. And other times it's, because ideally you're drawn towards something else, maybe a greater challenge. Okay? You're drawn towards working in an environment that is fun, right? You still might want to be moving away from one that's toxic and not fun, but ideally you are defining for yourself what you're drawn to, right? So you have a destination in mind. And there's going to be instances where you just need a self-preservation, where you just need to get yourself out of there, and you might not even have a plan. You just need to extract yourself out of a bad situation. There's going to be those times. So it's personal. But if it's something where you enjoy the company, but you're not getting what you want, the question to ask is, well, are you clear on what you want? Have you asked for what you need to your boss or others or peers? have you looked at yourself, how you're contributing to the problem? Because a lot of times people are stuck because they want other people to get in their heads and, of course, make things better. But, you have to do a lot of the work yourself. You have to help others help you. So those are some of my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours. And there's no cut and dry answer to this question, if you haven't gathered that already. There isn't. It's all a personal choice. And to look at kind of what it is you're gaining by staying in the situation and just acknowledge that. For a period of time, what I was gaining was stability, which is what I needed, because the rest of my life was a little chaotic, right? And then other times it was because I just loved the people I worked with. There's different things. And other times because I got to work on some cool new stuff, right? There's different things that keep us engaged at work. So one is if you find yourself in a situation that's untenable, then think about, well, what exactly isn't working for you? Maybe you're just bored with routine. Okay, well, that's fixable. So those are some thoughts. I'm going to leave you with that. Grateful for all of you who watch and like and comment or share. And wishing you all a great weekend. Next Tuesday, I will be back at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm starting a new series, a new high-performing leadership series. So stay tuned for that. I'll be announcing that on Monday. And look forward to having you join. And that's about it. So take care. Bye-bye.